What's up, Ace of Spades? What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing this morning? Hit me with a thumbs up if you can hear me. Um, Hit me with a one if you can hear me. Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna wait for some more people. What's up, y'all? They don't want to hear your story. They don't care about your story. They don't care about nothing that you got to say, do they? That's the times that we live in. You tell a person what you're going through and they don't want to hear it. They just ready to run away from you. And honestly, either they ready to run away from you or they just ready to hand you some money and then run away from you. That's the times we live in. I mean, it's to the point where you can't even sit down and talk to nobody. That's how bad it is. And of course, some of y'all might not agree with anything that I'm saying because you ain't have to experience what I've been having to experience as of lately in 2025. It ain't got to a point where you can't talk to nobody, bruh. You can't talk to nobody. They don't want to hear nothing that you're going through. They ask you how you doing, and then when you tell them how you doing, they don't want to hear it. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna get better for you. Or sometimes people just love your struggle. They love to hear your struggle. They don't have a solution for you. They don't have advice for you. They just like to hear that you're going through something, just so they can talk down on you even more and act like they are disappointed in you for what you're going through. You can't make this up. How you disappointed in me from what? From what I'm going through though. This is my struggle, not yours. And if you had an opportunity to walk a mile in my shoes, I can almost guarantee you would fall and you won't get back up. People be so quick to talk down on you and what you're going through, but I can almost guarantee you they wouldn't last a minute in your struggle. They wouldn't last a minute. Every time you try to talk, every time you tell a person that you need to talk to them, they assume that you need something from them. They assume that you need money from them. No, I don't need no money from you. I just wanted a shoulder to lean on. I needed somebody to talk to. Sad situation. Sad times that we living in. Sad. I mean, we already dealing with a lot of corruption within the system as it is. And I'm talking about us as the people. See, y'all be forgetting that as a people, we do go through things together. I don't know if y'all realize that, but I don't know if y'all realize that, but we do go through things. I mean, when the COVID situation happened, we went through that together. I mean, y'all don't even realize how they're creating division amongst us. They create they creating these issues amongst us. And by the way, it's never it's never really the situation that's a problem. It's the person that makes the situation. And when they make the situation can be problematic and it can be very chaotic. Unfortunately, people just still fail to realize that we going through something together, right? See if I could prop a seat down somewhere. Crystal, I don't know what you're talking about, so we gonna get you up out of here. Don't know what you're talking about. I had to make this live stream today because it's a lot of people, that ask me how I'm doing. And I'm the type of person I'll really tell you how I'm doing. I'm not just gonna give you this fake robotic ass response and say, good, you know. I would actually tell a person how I'm doing. I would tell you that I'm good in some more shit. And I promise you, like, people, they look at me like they give, because me and my husband, we both do the same thing. They give us this weird look, and it's like, okay, why are you telling me? Because you asked me. You asked me, so I'm telling you. See, sometimes you need to be detailed about, people be afraid to be detailed about what they mean. And it's like, well, I mean, you asked me how I'm doing. I told you exactly how I'm doing. What's the problem? They look at you like you're a problem because of your struggle. I mean, this my thing. I just want to say this too. It's the economy is very expensive, and if you think that I got time to sit down and compete with the next person about some shit that I know I can't afford, or if you think I got time to sit down and tell you how I'm chasing the bag just as well as you wasting your damn time. You wasting your time competing with a person like me anyway. Cause I don't do the competition. I'm not competing about who got the best outfit on, the best shoes, you know, how my hair is, how much money I make, if I do or I don't make money, if I do or I don't work. What I deal with in my life is what I deal with. I live my life how I live my life. Y'all live y'all lives how y'all live y'all life. So I say that to say, stop. Just because a person don't want to hear your struggle and don't want to hear what you're going through, it it don't mean that you can align yourself with the ways of the world now. It don't mean that you can stop living your life the way that you're living it for the next person's satisfaction. Because a lot of people in this world, they do everything based off of validation. Real talk. You know, this let me tell y'all an example, right? Every time, every time Me and my husband having a conversation with somebody, and they see that we got a child. Why the hell do they, especially women, they always flip, and it's really black women, they always flip the conversation to sexualize the conversation in some sort of way by saying, all right now, y'all take it easy out here. Don't be having no more babies. See, this is my thing. And if we wanted to, and why is it anybody's concern what we decide to do? Like if we decide to have more children or not. And I'm telling y'all, black women always look at me weird when I tell them I want to have more children. This is how sick the world has become. It's so sick, it's to the point where you get looked at as a problem because you want children or you want more children. That's just my decision. I want a big family. The fuck? And just because, and then they tell me stuff like, oh, just get on a shot, take the shot, just take the shot, get the patch so you won't have another baby. Like, who the fuck said I didn't want to have another child? Who said I didn't? Did I tell you that? No, I didn't. But it should never be a problem because of my decision versus yours. Okay, you don't want to have a child or you don't want to have more children, but me on the opposite, on the other hand, I do. I want more children. I want more children whenever God decides to bless me with another child. I will never force the issue. But at the same time, I want a big family. And people despise us for that, for wanting that. I'm telling y'all, we living in a time where it's literally good versus evil, and it's nothing but a bunch of sick, creepy, weird pedos out here. Even what's up? I don't know your name, but just stay on topic, please. Even these sick, disgusting women. Women are the same exact way. It ain't just men that's creepy, weird. Women are too, man. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, y'all don't even know how many conversations we have had with women who sexualize them in every conversation. They always got to make it about sex some way, somehow. Just sick. Who the hell said we wanted to sit down and talk to you about our life in that area? If I needed some advice in that area, I would definitely let a person know. Just weird. Like you can't even talk to. I'm telling you, people don't want to hear your struggle. They want to hear about what you do in the bedroom, man. People is weird, bro. They don't want to hear your struggle. They want to hear about how many social media accounts you got. They don't want to hear your struggle. 1 second, y'all. Hello. All right, we back. People don't want to hear your struggle. Like I said, I gotta make sure my sound is good because I see a lot of people leaving. So I want to make sure it's not because it's the sound. If y'all can't really hear me, if y'all can't really hear me, just say that because it sounds low on this device. But anyway, like I was saying, people don't want to hear your struggle. They don't want to hear what you're going through. They actually don't want to hear that you even got through it. If you tell them your struggle, they don't want to hear that you got through it. They want to be able to take some time out to, you know what I'm saying, criticize you for everything that you went through. You would think that you got a shoulder to lean on. You would think that you really got somebody to talk to until you really start talking to them and you really start breaking down to them everything that you've been through that you got through versus everything that you're going through now that you're getting through. They look at you like you still a problem. And they only look at you that way because they feel like, shit, I ain't have to go through it. I don't know. They look at you like, shit, I ain't have to go through it. Why she going through that? Or why he going through that? When I tell you that scripture about the days of Noah is so true, because I'm telling you, we living in those times for real. We living in those times. It has gotten to a point, every day I come to the realization of something else. I have to make sure I turn around. Every day I come to the realization of something else new. So I came to the realization that we just flat out living in the days of Noah. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nobody wants to hear your story. They want to talk, but they it's like they want to be heard, but they don't want to hear you talk. That's what I should have named this title. They want to be heard, but they don't want to hear you talk. They'll get in front of you and keep talking and keep babbling on about everything in their life. Blah, 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 blah. You ain't even get a chance to get a word in, and by the time you get a word in, they expose themselves and they show you how they don't care about nothing that you're talking about. And even when you talking, they just want to cut you off. It's either they got a phone call, or they just gonna call you, or they gonna text you, but they don't want to hear it. And majority of the reason, obviously, is because people have a short attention span, but also is really because, this is the ways of the world now. These are horrible times that we living in. Everybody has become extremely fake. Nobody's real. And it's very rare to find really good people out here. I'm telling you. Ain't nobody out here real no more. Everybody turned away from God. By the way, you don't have to necessarily go to church to be close to God. But everybody that turned away from God, majority of the people did. Then you got some people that's getting closer to God. But he's in the process, he's still in the process of building his army, you know. And every day I see the signs in front of me. To the point where I just gotta call it out. It ain't got to a point where nobody cares anymore. And then like this morning, we was traveling around nothing but crash outs, bro. Everybody just ready to crash out. Like, I get it. I get it. Chicago, we dealing with a lot. We putting up with a lot, but that's still not an excuse to like stare somebody down that ain't do nothing to you though. You staring us down like you about ready to, harm one of us. And then it's crazy when they get confronted. Like, we done been in a few stores, people got attitudes. I mean, geez, I don't even want to hear it because it's the morning. It's not normal though. And we should all be grateful to be able to wake up and see another day. It could be anything. It could be the fact that people just be going through stuff and they don't know how to control themselves. They don't know how to keep themselves under control through everything that they going through. That's why I say people be so quick to judge you for your struggle, but they wouldn't even last a minute in your shoes. They can't even go through nothing. So who better? They want to compete with you about, what they got and how they got this and how they got that. But at the end of the day, guess what? You went through something, and what you went through actually matters more than them not going through nothing. Honestly, it's better to go through something than to not go through nothing. Because if you don't go through anything, you ain't gonna learn nothing in this life. You ain't gonna learn a damn thing. You're gonna be out here lost in the sauce. You gotta go through something. No matter what. No matter what it is, we gotta go through something. But yeah, be careful who y'all talk to, because everybody don't give a damn about nothing that you're going through. Be careful who you share your business with, because you would think that a person is genuine just because you speak to them every single day and just because you think that they genuinely saying hello. But the only thing about it is the fact that they don't want to hear your story. When they get to hear, when they finally hear you talk, they don't want to hear nothing else. They don't want to hear nothing. They want to be able to be heard though. But nevertheless, y'all, I'm gonna be on here later. Wake them folks up.